What's up, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Game, your one source for everything cool in video games. If you want to be a part of the show, then head to InsideTheGame.ca, where there you can submit your clip and end off our show. We're also live every day, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, so swing by and check us out. We have a jam-packed episode this week, all kinds of reviews, we have a cool Let's Play, some walkers. These things are amazing. And of course, we've got some new features coming up on today's show with the best of the open world genre for this gen. So you might want to stick around and check out the show. But you know how we get started. Here's the inside scoop.
So all you Mafia fans out there are going to be pretty excited to find out that we're getting a definitive edition of the original Mafia game and Mafia 2. And we're going to be getting Mafia 2's definitive edition on May 19th. And that's one of those dates that, you know what, we're seeing it in the store. It's not a 100% for sure date, but if it actually does happen to be true, it's going to be dropping on the same day that 2K Games is going to be releasing the teaser trailer for the Mafia Trilogy definitive edition. The Microsoft Store page of Original Mafia also promises this game will be faithfully recreated with expanded story, gameplay, and original score. This is the Mafia you remembered and much, much more. It also mentions that players who own Mafia Definitive Edition will be able to unlock Tommy's suit and cab in both Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 Definitive Editions. And those who purchase Mafia 2 will unlock Vito's leather jacket and car in both Mafia and Mafia 3 Definitive Editions.
The Media Indie Exchange and Kinda Funny have partnered together to create the Guerrilla Collective, a sort of showcase starring Greg Miller on June 6th. This presentation will also be part of GameSpot's Play for All and IGN's Summer of Gaming. This presentation will be included as in GameSpot's Play for All and IGN's Summer of Gaming events. A few days later, EA is doing their Play Live event on the 11th. And a month later, Ubisoft is following up with their presentation in lieu of E3. So unfortunately, E3 is cancelled, but there are several events to kind of keep us busy during the summer of gaming.
Sony has developed a new umbrella brand to unite its first-party titles. PlayStation Studios is actually getting a new logo and a new intro video. Let's check that out. The PlayStation Studios brand will go live in PlayStation 4 and 5 games later this year, and will only be featured on games developed and managed by Sony Interactive Entertainment's Worldwide Studios organization. PlayStation has created a new opening video that will appear at the start of its games. The video features characters from Uncharted, Little Big Planet, God of War, Ratchet & Clank, Horizon Zero Dawn, and The Last of Us. We are really excited about this, says Eric Lampel, Senior Vice President of the Head of Global Marketing at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Over the last few years and even the last decade, the strength of the titles coming out of our studios has been stronger than ever. We've been thinking about how we unite all these great games under one brand, and really the purpose of that is to make the consumer understand that when they see this brand, they're getting ready for a robust, innovative, deep experience that they've come to expect from games coming from PlayStation. So that's why they've come up with PlayStation Studios.
The PUBG 7.2 update is coming very soon, May 20th for PC and May 26th for console and Stadia users. Now, this update is including a few important things. One is a rework of the shotguns and how they actually work in terms of ranging. Included in that is a overall balance, a reworking of the weapons in general to make everything work better and be more balanced of a game. They want to add a jerry can to the game, which will allow people to start fires and leave pools of gasoline around, creating traps of sorts. Most importantly, they're adding a ranked mode to the game. This will include a 64-player match that focuses on higher loot drop chances instead of more of the scavenger kind of gameplay that you're used to. No AI as well.
Alright, skateboard fans, I'm excited about this one, but I'm not talking about sessions, and I know we've talked about that one in the past and we're still waiting on that, But Tony Hawk 1 and 2 is getting remastered and bundled into one game, and I can't wait. On September 4th, this is going to be released. You can pre-order at a handful of retailers right now. There's a couple different versions of the game you can pre-order, but we're going with a whole new fresh update of the original 2 games. There's going to be actually some new tricks and maneuvers along as well. So you know what? I can't wait to check this one out, so make sure on September 4th you do too.
Summer Game Fest Week 2 kicked off this morning with Geoff Keighley sitting down with the team from Epic in a surprise release of a trailer, kind of an expose all, on the new Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 looks to be the new standard for developers moving forward in the industry, as they have a lot of new cutting-edge technology taking place. This was kind of a tech demo in that it showed a lot of the different capabilities inherent in Unreal 5. One of these capabilities is the ability to render millions upon millions of triangles. The new modern version of polygon count is just tremendous. It's through the roof, unfathomable 10 years ago. A couple of key components of the Unreal Engine 5 that were on display was the Lumens lighting system, which is really interesting and seems cutting edge in terms of lighting the game. More of a in-house lighting effect that the developer will set that the environment kind of just reacts to. It becomes a piece of the world rather than a static lighting environment that developers were kind of used to before. It just gives more capability in the hands of developers when it comes to certain lighting effects and gameplay and how they want the flashlight to work, or how they want to change the environment to let light in, or manipulate the lighting in the environment in real time in not such a structured cinematic way. Really interesting stuff. In addition to Lumens, the second thing they kind of showed off was the nanite technology swarm effects, another physics engine running within Unreal. It's kind of a way of them simulating either a lot of bugs or a lot of particles from an explosion or smoke or something like that, but it reacts as well to lighting and everything else in the environment in real time. Everything is kind of seemingly pieced together to make an in-game universe, and it was akin a lot to what they do in film production. In modern filmmaking, the new trend is to make super high resolution assets in a game engine such as Unreal. Then they populate a universe to make something way more believable, but more akin to a video game than what usual movie makers are used to. This technology is supposed to allow movie makers and game developers to kind of use the same asset pool, which speeds up a lot of development and again puts more control into the developers' hands when it comes to what they want to make their game look like, how much time they need to spend, and how many people they need to devote to the project to realize their goals. It all came together really nice in a kind of short tech demo of sorts that Epic had put together in what they called a small team of maybe 24 people. It was quite impressive. The lighting, everything from start to finish was super high resolution, super cutting edge, and showed off the different aspects of Unreal as it is now. Now they are, of course, working on it and adding things to the world, to their engine, so that they can give developers even more going through with this current or new to be development of the consoles. The new console era is upon us, and these developers need tools to give them the full potential of these devices. PlayStation 5 was mentioned a lot at the beginning of this tech demo because they were running the Unreal demo on an actual PlayStation 5. As they put it, they just plugged an encoder straight into the HDMI out and recorded it that way. So what they were showing you was meant to be somewhat of a hardware example of what's capable on PlayStation 5. Although they are moving this new engine to everything, of course. This is going to be the new standard for developers going forward, and that they want to include mobile in that category. They want to include in the future a way of scaling this down so it's applicable on all systems regardless of performance. It's rumored that Hellblade 2 is already making use of this technology, so let's just keep our eyes peeled for what comes out in the near future regarding Unreal Engine 5.
right, Drew, we're throwing it way back. Grab your handful of quarters because we're heading to the arcade.
Nice.
So, Drew, I said grab your quarters. It's because we're going way back with this one. And I'm going to say 26 years ago was the last time Streets of Rage had a new game, Streets of Rage 3. Well, guess what?
Yep.
We're 26 years in the future now, and we're playing Streets of Rage 4 on PlayStation 4. And you told me you used to play this game way back when you were a youngin'.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to play this in the arcades, man. Like, I'm going way back. So I used to have my quarters sitting on top of the machine waiting for my turn to go next, and I'd throw the quarters in, and there I am, beaten up just like I did here on the PlayStation 4 version. Obviously, graphics are a little bit different now, taking a different spin, making it a lot more modern, and honestly, dude, the art style still had that sense of the old school, yet kind of mixed in with the new. I thought it was really cool. The story, like, I can't remember what the story was back then, if it is the same as it is now.
26 years is a long time, man. It's okay.
Yeah, thanks. The story I thought was actually pretty cool, pretty cheeky of that time period as well. So the fact that they stayed true to the series of the game and the way it looks, and then when you get so far and you beat essentially the experience of the game, because the game isn't very long, and I think there's two sides to this, and we'll get into that in a second, Corey. But to finish the game then allows you to earn old school characters as well. So you'll still get Axel, the new character version, but then you'll get the old school, the old pixelated version of them as well. So I thought it was really cool. I had a great time playing this, and it's co-op, couch co-op, as well as online, which I thought was awesome, especially in a beat-em-up style, just like this.
Yeah, you know what? Like you said, this is an arcade game through and through. Yeah. You know, Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3 on Sega Genesis were arcade-style games. And, you know, that's the type of game Streets of Rage 4 is the exact same thing. It's got a new coat of paint on it. Instead of the pixel art, we are now into this, you know, kind of hand-drawn style, which, you know, is more comic book, anime-esque, I'm going to say. And you know what? I don't know. I mean, as someone that hasn't played the original games, I don't know how fans of the original are going to think of the new art style necessarily. Maybe they wanted the pixel art, but you know what? Overall, I think they've done a good job, you know, bringing this game into the, you know, the new era, new generation, but still keeping, you know, true to the roots of this game and making it feel like a true arcade game. There's multiple difficulty levels to play through here. We get, you know, there are our two normal characters from before. We get Blaze and Axel, and we get two new characters as well to start off with that kind of bring a whole different element into this game, whether it be speed or strength. So there's some new things that they've kind of updated from, you know, the original games for this new style. And I just thought, you know, this reminds me so much of a lot of different games I've played when I was younger, right? It's just, it's that beat 'em up style. It doesn't take long, but you just have a blast, whether you play by yourself or with your friends. And it's just, they've just kept so true to what it is that it's hard to be mad at it, right? Like, you know, it was upsetting to finish the game so quickly, but at the same time, when it was over, you're just like, you know, man, like it just feels so nostalgic. It just brings that all back. So, you know, for me, I really enjoyed this, and I thought because you can group up with your friends and play through, and, you know, earn different things along the way, because I don't want to spoil too much, but you get to unlock some characters, like you said, and you get to throw it back, and you know, it's not just a new skin, it's a new character. We get new abilities, and it's, you know, it was really cool. There's certain things about this that you don't necessarily expect, and it was happy, you know, it was nice to see. It made me happy, right, playing through. It was like, oh, this is, you know, I just had a smile on my face the whole time.
Well, yeah, and the whole time only lasted for about 2 to 2.5 hours. And for that experience, Corey, you're going to be paying $30 now. So this is where we kind of get into the struggle of, is it worth it? Now, there's two sides you can look at this. 2 hours and you're done, you bounce out, and then you go on to something else. Or you can go back and look to gain other trophies, played on a different difficulty, get the S rank, and honestly, dude, to get that rank, I struggled.
It's
I think
hard.
the best
Like,
rank I
this
got
game-
was a B.
Yeah, this game it's difficult. I mean, it's an arcade game. They weren't meant to be easy, right? They were meant for they wanted your money, man. You were dumping the quarters in that machine to keep yourself alive, right? And so you're definitely right. There's a level of difficulty here that you have to overcome for sure.
I am glad that they did modernize the feel of the game. I think that they would have brought the original over and just said, here you go. That obviously wouldn't have connected with too many people. There is such a fan favorite in the series to have something like this, but then to bring it over and then still allow us to kind of earn those characters to get that old school feel. I thought it was a cool touch. I really liked it. And the music that goes with this game per level, I thought was fantastic. There was one particular level I did not really care for the music, but it was only one out of the entire game. So for me overall, like, that was cool. And to play this game, the entire thing co-op, like, we got it. I finished it the first night. Obviously, that's why I said 2.5 hours, you're done. But to play this for $30, Corey, whether it's on Steam or PlayStation, I don't know how well that's going to sit with a lot of people, being that price tag for, like, a lot of people are going to play this probably just once.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. We both enjoyed the time we've had with this game. Whether it's short or long, whether it be, we had a good time. And like we said, it's not trying to trick us into thinking it's something it's not. It's a classic arcade style game, and $30 is just a steep price for what you think about what $30 gets you now in the video game world, whether it be on Steam or PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo.
I would have liked to have seen $20.
Exactly. Like, that $10 price difference makes a huge difference here, in my opinion, because if I'm paying more than $20 for a game I finish in a couple hours, and if I didn't want to play any more of it, I didn't have to. I was just done, complete the game through and through. I get the story, and I understand what's going on. I don't have to go back and play as the other characters or get all the trophies, because a lot of people don't necessarily do these achievement hunting things. They want to play the game's experience and move on. But $30 seems like a lot of money for a few hours. And you know what? If you happen to be, just really adept and good at playing these games, it may take you even less time. So, I mean, the value, it's really tough to get a $30 value out of a game that just it's so short.
That's fair. All right, Corey, you ready to score up this classic? What do you score in Streets of Rage 4?
Well, you know what, Drew? Like you said, this is a trip down Nostalgia Boulevard. It brings me back to those arcade days, and I had a blast playing this game. I think through and through it's fun whether you play alone or with your friends. And I don't have anything bad to say about this game other than the fact that I think $30 is just a little bit too high. So it's going to lose a few points for that. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10.
I'm a little bit higher. I love this game. That's why I said music I thought was on point. The nostalgia coming back to the game. The fact that they upgraded this hand-drawn feel to the game and allowed us still to earn old school touches was such a nice added value. I'm there with a 7.5.
Nice. Streets of Rage 4 doesn't pretend to be anything other than a classic side-scrolling beat-em-up. But the $30 price tag may be too much for what you're getting here. Alright guys, this week Drew, Scott, and myself are taking a look at our top 10 open world games of this generation. We had a lot of debate over this one. It certainly wasn't easy, but here's our top 10 list. Let's check them out.
Number 10.
This one's definitely an oldie, but for sure a goodie. Horizon Zero Dawn. Came out originally on PlayStation 4 back in 2017, but you know what? This one makes the list because of how good this game still is. It's an action RPG developed by Guerrilla Games, and it was published by Sony Interactive. The plot follows Aloy, a hunter in a world overrun by machines, who sets out to uncover her past. With the use of ranged weapons, spear, and stealth, You get to combat these huge mechanical creatures and a ton of other enemy forces. And the map in this game is huge, and that's definitely why this one makes the list.
Number 9.
Watch Dogs 2 puts you in the hacker vigilante role as you push back against an oppressive police state to fight for your freedom. It was a very big and imaginative world at the time, set in the near future where just about anything and everything is hackable to get you to your objective, whether that's killing somebody, destroying something, stealing data, or just getting out of there. It was a lot of excitement, and that's why it makes the list.
Number 8.
Times are tough. Drug runners, killers run everywhere. No one is safe, but you're a ghost. Bolivia is big. I mean really big. Your target is on one side of the map, but you're going to need a ride because walking, well, that's just not going to cut it. This game looks great and still holds up. It's even better than Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Yeah, you didn't think we'd say that, huh? But it's true. Stopping the drug cartel at any cost. Play solo or with friends, but Ghost Recon Wildlands is a must-play for any open world fan.
Number 7.
Fallout 4 was a bit of a change in this series. They did a few things different that some of the fans weren't really happy about, but the fans haven't really been happy with the predecessing game. It turns out Fallout 4 is actually generally everybody's favorite experience for Fallout, and with a big open world full of NPCs and choice that really does matter in the end, lots of building customization, and ways to specialize, a solid contender for the best open world game on this console generation.
Number 6.
The world has changed in The Division 2 and has never looked better. So many details as you wander the empty streets of DC or the latest DLC, Warlords of New York. You choose your target, and you can go with friends or go alone, but this world is an absolute massive open city landscape.
Number 5.
Coming in as the only Nintendo exclusive title on this list, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was an easy choice, as anybody knows that the beautiful landscapes of this world are massive, expansive. This game is so much fun. It brings you right back into that feel of playing that Nintendo 64 Ocarina of Time, but with this brand new, beautiful environment to explore. This one, like I said, was a no-brainer to make this list.
And there's number 5, Zelda Breath of the Wild, a beautiful open world game. What is the ITG's number 1 game for open worlds? Stick around and find out.
It's the tale of 3 pigs. Let's huff, puff, and then blow their lives out.
I will tell you the real truth, not a ridiculous fable of that kind. A blessed land, my hometown, Macaronia.
Well, Drew, this week we huffed and we puffed and we fought off some pigs. What was your first impression of Wolf and Pigs on VR?
Yeah, Wolf and Pigs Out for Revenge is a very unique title in the fact that you play the perspective of the big bad wolf, who isn't really that bad at all. It turns out that the pigs are the bad guys this time around. They've kind of taken out the wolf tribe, and you're out for revenge. And in the essence of battle, you actually lost your hands and have been replaced with these metal claws that allow you to teleport. It's basically, this game is more or less a gun game on rails. It's kind of how I experience this. You use your claws to teleport yourself to one green kind of block to the next, and that's how you traverse the map. The biggest problem I have being on the Oculus Rift is that my Oculus Rift actually uses 2 sensors to control and sense where I am at physically within my space. So the issue being, you have to maneuver yourself around in a circle sometimes to get the guys that are behind you.
Yeah.
The problem here, Scott, is that there is no analog control whatsoever. Normally, when we're playing VR, Scott, we have the ability to, flick the right stick, and that will pivot you 15 degrees, 45 degrees, 30 degrees, whatever the developer has chosen for you to be able to move. Mm-hmm. And here, we don't have that ability at all. So my struggle then was to get, at some points, the target I have to get to is behind me, and I literally turn around, which now blocks my sensors from picking up my controllers.
Yeah,
which leads to a lot of problems, right? This is my struggle with the game. I actually kind of I have 2 feelings about this game. Part of it is I think it's done in a unique style that is pretty good. I think the storytelling the whole thing is really quirky, really, Scott.
Yeah.
So, but my struggle was with the controller and my Oculus sensors, and it kind of prevented me from playing parts of the game properly, where I think you, on the other hand, with your Oculus Rift S, experienced it a little bit differently than I did.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was able to, spin around 360 degrees, and the space that I'm playing in actually is pretty open. So it gave me a lot more freedom than the average player might experience when they're moving around in this 3D space, because in addition to having your arms chopped off, it seems like you have no legs. There's no locomotion at all with the controller, in addition to the unable to pivot. So you are stuck with moving around the map using only your claws, and that is the beginning of an issue, but also the challenge with the levels as well. So I'm not sure how to kind of reference that, because in one hand I would like to be able to move on around volition, but on the other hand, it's just an older style virtual reality game where you don't have the locomotion, so it takes that out of the equation. And you can kind of play these challenge levels, one after the other. And
like a little mini puzzle.
Yeah, it's more of a little map to explore. They give you a couple chests sometimes around to collect. You find a lot of health that way, so it's good to take a minute away and just kind of explore. And you find these different weapon upgrades. There's a sniper charge beam, there's shotguns, machine guns. There's all sorts of fun there. And it changes up the play when you're moving in on these pigs, that sometimes I find there's pockets of pigs, and that's what makes it extra hard to maneuver through, is because you might be low health and you don't realize you take a claw, you claw yourself over to the other side of the map, but then there's a whole bunch of pigs that now see you, and that's kind of, it's a bit of a memory game when it comes to learning the levels. In order to complete the levels entirely, you need to get 3 stars or an S ranking, and a lot of the times that has to do with surviving and exploring a lot, or killing everything there, and that actually levels up your character throughout the story, so you get better health and better attack damage. I think that's interesting, because it gives you the incentive to perfect earlier on rounds to kind of propel you towards the end of the game, where it's understandably going to get a lot harder.
Now, when you're out and about, you have opportunities to pick up grenades and then throw the grenades at the pigs. Sometimes the easiest ones are when they're already sleeping. You throw their grenade and it kind of knocks them out, and then you use your claw hand, to go zip them, and then that sometimes will turn into food, which then allows you to eat that food and then generate into health. But the problem, Scott, and honestly, this is not just in this game, but is in a lot of games. When you experience something where you want to throw like a baseball and it just lands at your feet.
Yeah, this one, I have to mention that this is some of the worst throwing I've ever felt in a VR setting. Picking up the bombs and throwing it is integral to getting yourself more health. Occasionally you get some bad food, and even though you're a dog, you'll eat it because you're a dog wolf, but you'll throw it up after, and that's something that I thought was very funny too. But you don't get those opportunities as much, because there's it's just impossible to throw these bombs. It's supposed to be what you use to speed yourself through the level, and a lot of the levels have a time cap for that extra point.
Yep.
So
Right.
It's so frustrating trying to throw one of these things, especially when you're low health and you know you need it. And that's a serious issue that I know a lot of games have figured out already. So I'm not quite sure why that one's, in the Stone Age.
I don't know. Every time I threw it, man, it just landed at my feet, and the sense of my personal feet, because there's no feet in the game.
Yeah.
But it felt so disconnected. Well, Scott, we've huffed and puffed enough, I think. What do you think of Wolf and Pigs Out for Revenge?
Well, personally, with no technical issues, I had a really good time with this game. It did a good job of balancing some combat with some obstacle course kind of action, and the boss fight early on was a good surprise. It really snuck in on me. This one is a solid 7.5.
That's fair. For me, obviously, having difficulty experience going on with the Oculus Rift and my sensors, I ran into control problems. That was my biggest struggle within the game. I felt the game was really kind of corny and quirky, so there's a bit of charm there to it. I was having a good time, though, when I was in the game and shooting, and you're kind of ducking and weaving as you're getting shot at. So that on-rail kind of gun experience is there. But for me, I just had too many technical issues, and I'm there with the 6.5.
A super stylized shooting gallery with technical issues on base Oculus models. Otherwise, a fun mix of obstacle courses and arcade shooting. Definitely worth checking out.
We finally meet again.
I'm back. It's Daymare 1998 on the Xbox.
Hey you! Drop your gun and let me see your hands! Right now!
You're not gonna let us die here.
Nah, you're right. I guess I can. I mean, especially you. Oh, what the heck. I'll lend a hand.
Many episodes ago, Nate and I took a look at a game called Daymare 1998. That time, we took a look at it on the PC, where it ran really smoothly, and it was kind of a big surprise to us, seeing as we had never heard of Daymare before. It was kind of similar in the vein of the Resident Evil games. More so like Resident Evil 4, less like Resident Evil 7. The action is split kind of between a horror exploration kind of thing and a third-person over-the-shoulder camera shooter, kind of something we're more used to. When you're not directly in the thick of the action, there's a lot of really good cinematics that highlight some really bravado buff kind of characters, and how they interact is really interesting. At the beginning of the game, you start off controlling Liev, a Hades soldier dispatched to the area to suppress what's going on, collect some evidence, destroy the place, and get out of there. But shortly after that, you switch perspectives to a different kind of character, more of a meek and mild, kind of innocent guy, who doesn't seem to really have much in the story. But after some twists and turns at the end of the story, and if you pay attention, things do make a lot more sense than they appear. Now, a lot of that information was gathered through the form of collectibles. There's a lot of things strewn about the map, and I'm always a fan of a game that rewards you for experiencing that. However, my issue with these collectibles are, some of them are utterly useless. They just contain some kind of weird coding in a file folder that doesn't really mean much to me. I'm not sure why they just went with that, if they needed to pad some of the collectibles, but picking up something just to read a string of letters and numbers isn't very interesting, and in fact it makes me ignore some of the other more important collectibles that do tell the story. The better way to learn is the cutscenes, and the cutscenes are very well done. I love the voice acting, I love the characters and how they interact, and they do tell the story in a very interesting way. However, there is still a large chunk missing from the cutscenes that will not really be explained other than for the collectibles. So there's kind of that balance of, the more you get into this game, the more you're invested in the story and interested in it. But the story is interesting and could have snagged some new kind of players if it was a little more open-ended. It's a catch-22, and they went one way with it. Now going through the game a second time, I've experienced all of it, and it makes a lot more sense. I see the quality of work put into this game. Now the graphics in the cutscenes are pretty clean and nice, but if you're playing on a base model Xbox, it can look really bad. Now I have an S model, and at first I was using it on a normal kind of 1080p TV. I then went on to try it on a 4K capable set with my S model, and it presented a much better look of the game. So there's something going on with the optimization. Going through this game the first time on PC, I feel like I kind of spoiled myself because my PC wasn't the greatest at the time, but it was pretty good. Revisiting it now and comparing that to the Xbox, there is quite a bit of quality lost on the Xbox form, graphically speaking. Now, if you're not super into graphics, or if you have an S model and a 4K TV, it's not terrible. So you can definitely get by, but it's missing that luster, that shine that the PC version really knocked out of the park. Me and Nate were very surprised at the effects, the blood, the rain, the zombies and the destruction. Everything looked really, really good on PC. I'm not so happy to report that on the base model Xbox, it is not the same case. I mentioned that the gameplay was kind of split between horror elements and third-person action combat. There is kind of more of a roadblock in the form of puzzles. There's several puzzles that present themselves throughout the campaign, and if you're paying attention, picking up those collectibles, a lot of the times that can help. However, sometimes the puzzles don't really make a lot of sense. There's one that comes to mind that's a Greek keyboard. Not sure why they went with that. Don't know what the hints are. Unfortunately, that's something that you are kind of gonna have to look up if you're not gifted in ancient Greek. But that's a weird roadblock that I have a hard time putting that in the way of a good score for this game, just because everything else is so tight, and I feel like it's something that maybe I just missed. Maybe I just didn't catch the right hint going into that room, and I wasn't quite sure what to do, but there are several puzzles later on that kind of give you the same idea, but they're more of the standard, water pipe puzzle that we're tired of seeing, and some of the other, you get the power from here to here, balance the temperatures, kind of a math-based puzzle. I'm a fan of those, but they are kind of put in the way of the gameplay a little bit too often, and often aren't explained very well.
Listen, I need to search this place for survivors. I'll come back for you as soon as I can.
Survivors?
Now, I want to get into some of the controls. There's an interesting thing in this game where it doesn't quite let you pause. You only pull up your menu on your wrist. It's kind of a PDA device, and you can change things, you can combine items to make healing items, or speed buffs, that kind of thing. You even have to reload your clips. So you have a fast reload and a slow reload. If you do the fast reload, you just drop your clip wherever it is. You have to go and recover that later when you can. Now, tactically speaking, there are definitely some parts in the game where that comes up, where you are encouraged to just leave your magazines behind. And it was really cool to change the pacing of the game. You need to check yourself before you enter that room, that fight that you know is coming up. You need to always maintain that your magazines are full, and you actually have to do that in real time. You're not going to be able to cheat your way to do it. So I think that's kind of interesting in the terms of difficulty, but also in the pacing of the game. It makes it feel more real-based. Coming from somebody who was very pedestrian on the keyboard the first time around, I find it now much easier to use the keyboard. Something about the aiming and killing the enemies, they take a lot of damage. Sometimes you have to hit them in the head to make sure they stay down. So I found that much easier to do on mouse and keyboard, even though I was new at the time. If I wasn't such an expert on Xbox controls, it would definitely be difficult. But I also mentioned of something, and I kind of worded it wrongly in the last review. I mentioned how you're not going to want to shoot everybody. You need to just run past. Well, it turns out you do need to shoot everybody. In some scenarios, it works a lot better to make sure the enemies stay down. I found that in controller, that comes up a lot. Sometimes you would just rather the room clear. It's just a little harder to move around and to ready that weapon just as quickly. So that's something that I've picked up on now my second playthrough, is that the mouse and keyboard is probably the superior way to handle the controls. Looking back at our last review, when this was on PC, Nate and I had a very similar opinion of the game. We were both very blown away at the graphical power of it, the action and the Resident Evil style hook, and we really enjoyed the characters and the bravado and the cinematics and how they presented the story. It really was the all in all. We gave it an 8.5. Now, if I'm going to update that for the Xbox rating of this game, I have to remove a point just for the HD fatality, and the controls just didn't quite seem as good on Xbox, I have to say. So, I don't want to hit this too much. I really enjoyed this game. I'm very happy to play it a second time through, and I have to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. A solid third-person shooter with a dark and mysterious story. Though slightly better on PC, this is a must-try for fans of Resident Evil.
Number 4.
A few weeks ago, I was happily sulking by my swimming pool.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely one of the older titles on this list, but let me tell you, it doesn't lack anything in the open world sense. Los Santos is definitely one of the biggest maps in the Grand Theft Auto world, and when you get to roam around with either Michael, Trevor, or Franklin in the story mode, there's so many different things to do across the Los Santos landscape. But then this game opens up even more when you go on to Grand Theft Auto Online. You can group up with your friends, complete different missions, start a motorcycle club, lots of different businesses you can do to make money. There's a casino now, so many heists. I can tell you, you could play this game for hundreds of hours and still be discovering new things as you go. This one has to make the list.
Suppose a group hug's out of the question.
Number 3.
CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3 is a giant title that, even coming out so long ago, this is still a contender for the biggest, best open world ever in games. You can really just venture any which direction you like and find a ton of quests and a ton of crazy things to get into. And that wasn't even enough. Then they added the Wild Hunt to the game, which extended it even further. There's no question why people still talk about The Witcher 3 today.
Number 2.
The story of Arthur Morgan will have you traveling the Old West, but it's the side stories in the open world that Rockstar has created that has become the star of Red Dead Redemption 2. River valleys that sparkle to sitting around the campfire under the night sky, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece that will have you gazing at the landscape for hours. Endless missions with variety will keep you busy for hours, and no one can tell a story like Rockstar.
Number 1.
Assassin's Creed has changed in many ways over the years, and with each year brings us a new map for fans to travel across. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the biggest and one of the most beautiful in the Assassin's Creed series, reaching 90.7 square kilometers across the entire map of Greece. From rich villages to snowy mountaintops and even the open seas, all wrapped up in a thrilling story that will have you playing as Alexios or Cassandra for many hours. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is ITG's #1 pick for the top 10 best open world games of this generation.
Well, there you have it, guys. Our top 10 open world games of this generation as per Drew, Scott, and myself. Let us know what you guys think. If there's any changes to this list that you guys would want to make, head over to InsideTheGame.ca to let us know.
Hey, what's up everybody? So today we're doing a Let's Play, something we haven't done in a very, very long time. And I'm joined with Corey and Scott, and we are playing The Last Oasis. This is a... Last Oasis basically is a deserted area that you're out building these sand dune walkers and looking for gear and stuff to survive the essentially the Oasis, which is a very cool game. New twist on basically a survival game, and we have all been digging this game really, really hard. This is pre-alpha too. Okay, I'm down here by myself with this monkey guy. Oh man,
I tried to fire that thing at him.
I'm on the way. Oh yeah, I saw that. Ooh.
I gotta get my.
Oh, he got me good.
club.
Oh, that thing is vicious.
Yeah, he's geared up pretty good. I'm just bandaged up. So basically,
Oh,
we're
he got
here.
me.
Oh no, Corey's down
Yo,
already.
he hits hard, man.
What's he got for a club?
Oh yeah, he does.
It's like a spiky bone club, man.
Oh, he got me.
It's vicious.
Oh, all right, I
Drew
got
got
you
me.
guys. I got you both. Oh my
God.
I traded with him, I think.
Wow.
Drew bailed out. We tried to save
I
you.
did
Get
bail.
in. We got a few. You got a few hits. We all got a few hits. You came in.
Dude, I picked you up.
Yeah,
Look at this.
You dropped me.
I don't know how. How do I drop? How did I do that? Corey, let go.
I'm up.
That
Okay,
looked
good.
really weird.
That looked real creepy, actually.
Didn't enjoy that.
No.
Not a good start. Not a good start.
Not at all. Okay. I hear more guys here.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
basically
gonna
what
get
we're
wild.
doing today is we are gearing up, looking for resources so we can build the next
Oh.
walker. We started off what they call a firefly walker, which is real small.
Oh, he got me.
Oh, there's 4 of them.
my-
I can't. I don't have enough.
These
health to
guys are
fight 4 of
geared.
them.
Are they geared?
Yeah, one of them at least.
Oh,
I wasn't using the proper weapon, but I wasn't even fighting them either.
man. I got a club. Oh, did he just revive him?
Oh, he got me. I'm dead.
Oh, you guys. All right, I'm not gonna do this on my own. And now, I'm out of water. So
Okay,
obviously,
spawn
being in
near
the
us.
desert, we all have a major problem of you need to be hydrated a lot. So
Yeah,
having
you're,
water is absolutely essential when playing this game.
You're a moisture
I'm
farmer.
close. I
so
spawned
it's-
close to my death location.
All right, cool.
So I'm just around the corner. I'm sprinting back currently.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
s-
think. Oh, I see you way over there.
There's
I'm
a
gonna
monkey
try,
guy
yeah.
in between me and you too, Drew. I think he's,
I know, I see him.
looks like he's going for my ship.
All right, I got this
Maybe
guy.
a bandage or two on the way.
There's
in.
resources that are basically every. I got a bone.
Nice.
cool.
I think you can actually use that for like a sword or something at some point.
All right, so at this point, I am approximately 20 hours into this game. And we are still learning stuff as far as what to do, what to craft, and what to build next, which is one of the coolest aspects
Oh
of
crap!
this.
That is you.
What do you guys
There you go. I'll just drop it right here. Maybe I'll
That's
run a
all
little
good,
bit out
that's all
here.
good. I
and
just
then
want to
drop
make
it.
sure we're not going to get attacked by these.
Yeah, maybe I'll drop it under your ship.
Oh. All right, that guy's dead. Oh man. I got
Okay.
his loot up here. That's crazy.
Thanks, man.
Drop.
So as we said, this is an early alpha build. Oh, he's on me. Ow, that hurt.
You have a lot of good stuff, man.
He's dead. Oh
I
man.
know. I had
Those
this
stuff
last
spawning
time we were here. I
above.
had no room in Drew's boat. Put them.
We got some fragments.
Oh, some of this must be yours, Scott. One sec. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I forgot. I got to put this stuff on. I'm like, why do I have too much stuff to carry? But it's
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not a bad start, I guess.
All right. Well. Yeah.
So if
It's,
you
not,
are,
it's rough going out here in the
oh
Oasis,
man,
man.
absolutely. If you are looking for that survival game, then you can kind of. Actually, I've been looking for something like this for a while. We can go around, gather resources, and build stuff. And we've seen some pretty incredible walkers. So, like I said, we started off with the Firefly, which is real small. It's basically like a one-seater, and you can tag along with a couple other guys on top if you wanted. And then we went from that to this dinghy over here, which Scott's currently riding over here. And then we've upgraded it to the Mollusk Walker, which is really cool. It's got a storage capacity down below it and stuff. And we zip line on top to get going. One of the coolest aspects about this game is the walkers and gearing up. And then if all else fails and you want to make it even bigger, more storage capacity for water, cargo, and all that stuff, you need to purchase upgrades. And in order to do that, you hit the market, which is super cool. But today, we have enough material, guys. Are you guys ready? Should we do it?
I think
we're
good to
there,
start.
aren't we?
Yeah, let's do it. Why don't we get this thing going? We are going to build the next walker today. And that's
Let's pick a
the
nice
biggest
spot
thing.
out in the sand for it, so we don't get attacked or anything during the construction.
Yeah, you want to go up and over? So this
Yeah.
is an online game as well. So take note that we, Scott and I, have seen numerous times as we're out and about gathering resources that there are other walkers and we've seen some massive walkers.
Yeah, it looked like Hal's Moving Castle. It had like a building on top of it, and it was like really, really big compared to our ship that we just finished.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we just got the mollusk walker, I think it was, Scott? And then next thing you know, this thing comes crawling by. And you kind of fear for your life at a certain time, too, that this thing is just going to devour us. And it could have if they wanted to, but they were friendly enough to kind of leave us alone.
Yeah, they absolutely could have.
Thank goodness, man.
I was standing right off of the path, like just off of the path, and the guy he kind of turned towards me, but in such a way to let me see him run by like right at me. It was good. It was really
That's
cool.
so cool.
It gave me a buzz the tower kind of thing.
Okay, so we are going to...
I am stuck on this door. I can't walk. Literally.
We're going to do the Falco walker now.
Oh
This is what our goal is here.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to see what this Falco is for a long time. Do you need me to?
I'm stuck. I can't walk. No, like I literally, my guy's just stuck frozen. I'm not.
Oh no, really?
Like I can turn, but I can't walk.
Oh,
It's
you're on
deep.
top.
Oh, no. Okay.
Did it work?
Okay, that didn't work.
It worked.
Nope.
No. Oh no.
No. You can physically move me? Yeah. Okay. That might help.
Okay.
Get out of here! Mutiny on the ship. Actually, you may have to kill me. I may have to respawn. Oh no.
Oh, let me try.
Oh.
Never mind. You're dead.
Yeah. Let me try one more swing.
Yep. Let me just make sure I get you.
Still dead.
All right. I'm spawning on Scott's ship in 10 seconds.
Okay. You want to do the toboggan?
Yo, what is going on? Okay, I was able to move around, and then I picked up my stuff, and now I'm frozen again. Like,
you
seriously, I can't move.
Oh wait, are you just overweighted?
Oh, maybe.
That's a
Can I?
possibility.
What, I got too much stuff? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I am overrated. I got too many because I got too many rocks. I
want
was
me-
trying to pick up the rocks.
You want me to kill you again?
Nope. I can just put it in here. Get out of here. Don't be swinging away.
Oh, the spider walker maybe?
Oh, that makes way more sense now. My guy just walks slower now.
Well, we can do the toboggan walker.
Yeah, the spider walker doesn't even require anything special by the looks of it. It's just normal materials. So yeah, let's try the
Spider.
toboggan. As long as it doesn't require like nomad cloth, because I don't have any of that yet.
Yes.
Okay, so now we gotta take this vision powder, which kind of gives you this enhanced ability to start building things. So there it is. It is messed up, boys.
Whoa! You just launched me. That's funny.
Oh, I need rope and wood right now in order to do it.
Here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
There's
it's
rope
on my.
That thing
board
does
there.
not last very long, boys. I'm out. It's
Oh,
over
no.
already. Because I didn't have
Alright.
the essential wood and stuff.
I'll make another.
I thought I did.
You need to have this stuff on you.
Yeah, I do. Alright. Let's see how big this thing is. Oh, man. You guys ready?
Oh yeah. No, we don't see it yet. You gotta place it.
How about now?
Oh!
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, so start
Yo,
building.
we
You guys
have
should...
to build the wood platform just to.
I need stone. Oh, this thing is huge.
1,000 wood.
Yeah,
overall.
we've got wood.
Oh my.
Wow, you bumped me out of the way, Corey, flying up there. Corey's weighted down. That's why he's hanging and not going straight up. Yeah. Jump up. I can't jump up. Oh, I'm coming. I'm hanging. All right, I'm coming. I need wood. I need some stone.
Take a look first before I throw that the
Okay.
legs on here.
This is exciting for all.
Oh man, this is cool.
It is good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where are the options? Does it go? Can you put it like right up, right here?
This is like cargo space. This is all your cargo space over here.
Oh no, I can't. Cause
Yeah, I was thinking, like,
the
you want it,
cabin's
like,
kind
right
of
here?
in my face if I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, if you go right
for
inside.
sure.
All the,
Yeah.
But all the cargo space though. So yeah, it's gotta be up.
Gotta be
there.
right here then, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, Scott, we're gonna. I'm building it right here. Whoa, they were going down.
Oh, this thing sits right down. Oh, the suspension on this is so cool.
I think it's wrong. Scott, test it out. Let me know. If it's wrong.
I think it's wrong.
If it is, we'll fix it. I don't know.
All right, let's do it. Oh yeah.
Oh, we're good.
No, this is right.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, that thing is. Look at how fast that thing is.
Oh,
Rip it, start ripping that
man.
thing, man. I'm gonna follow you. I want.
Oh my God, you're gonna run me over. Hang on, don't run me over. Hang on, I'm coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's wild. All right, now we got 3 legit. Look at these things, man.
Oh, it's so fast.
Oh yeah, that thing's got some feet on it, man. It's quick. Look pretty cool.
That is cool. Dude, your wings are huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those things are big.
It's gonna be seen on the horizon though. For
Wow,
sure.
that is cool.
Just think about what the ship we saw though must have been.
It was bigger than this one. Like, it was bigger than yours, right, Scott?
It was way bigger than mine. Yeah, like like at least triple the height. When it ran
Wow.
by, like it was like a tower running by. It didn't make any sense.
All right, let's race it down the hill.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Scott's gotta get in his.
I gotta climb mine.
Your wings should make you fly faster than ours.
Oh,
Yeah, but it might be going backwards, so we'll never know.
All right, you guys ready?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh.
I am.
Watch for the trees.
Not as fast.
Where's Corey?
Oh.
He's behind.
I'm behind you.
Oh, the trees. Yeah, careful with the steering, Corey. You'll spin out.
Yeah. Oh, I got stuff here.
Oh yeah, this. Oh man, you can do sweet spin outs on this thing.
That is definitely a sight. That's cool. Well, everybody, this is Last Oasis. If you are into that survival kind of genre and looking to build some very unique structures, the walkers are definitely one of the coolest things to check out.
Oh no, can't make it.
All right, let's head back to the show. Well, there it is. I told you it was a jam-packed show. Now, each and every week, you guys hit us up at InsideTheGame.ca, where there you submit your cool clip. But this week, we have Corey kicking it over in Call of Duty. Maybe you can bring a knife to a gunfight. Check this out. Thanks so much for sticking around this week. We'll see you next week, Inside the Game.
Yours the last. Keep moving. We're not done yet. Make it happen. They're willing to die for their mission, so be it.